Hey, friend, welcome back to another episode of Ash to Dusk. I am in a completely new setting than you've ever seen me in before because I'm in my new office. I decided to move my office to what we call our sunroom. It's not a three seasons room. It's like actually there's windows all the way around, and then there's like a sliding door into our kitchen. So it's cold out here without heaters. So I have like portable heaters out here. But here's the thing, my oldest son is getting ready to turn 15 in the spring. And he's been begging me. He's like, Mom, can I please have my own room? He's been sharing with my youngest son, who's 10. And the bickering and the fighting is just getting like unbearable at times. And I know, like, suck it up, deal with it kind of thing. But I finally said, "You know what? I get it." He is very introvert. He likes his own space. He likes quiet. And my youngest son is complete opposite. So I'm like, "All right, here's the thing. This is a good opportunity to like change some things up for me. There's so much better lighting out here in the sunroom, but there's a lot of like, the cats go by and then the dog will start barking and so I have to figure this out, especially for like recording my Sunday episodes of Ash to Dusk. So yesterday, my kiddos decided, okay, mom, can we we'll clean our room. Can we make this happen? So I was like, sure, let's do it. Well, I basically changed the whole house and we have a New Year's Eve party tonight. Okay, we have a New Year's Eve party. So I am freaking out because I have friends that are in from out of town and the house is still a train wreck, hence why I'm sitting here right now with my hair thrown up, absolutely no makeup on and in a half done up office space just because there has just been little time like I always underestimate what I can get done when it comes to like changing things up in the house. And my husband Mike was like at first I thought he was gonna lose it, but he like looked around, he's like, I actually like this. This is good. And having 3 boys now that are, like, 10 and older has been really nice organizing because well, I shouldn't say the organizing part, but, like, the moving furniture around because they can carry things, and it was awesome. So, I basically prepped everything that we needed to, and then I called Mike in to help me move some of the bigger furniture, like the mattresses or, things like that the boys couldn't help with. So that's what I've been doing the last couple of days. I've pretty much been off of social media just to take a little refresher and a break because so many new things are coming in the new year that I cannot wait to share with you. I already teased a little bit in my weekly letter that I send out to you. So hopefully you're subscribed to that newsletter. And if not, if you go to ashleymarina.com, you can sign up for my you call it a newsletter, but it's a letter that I write just for you. And I talk about things that I'm loving, things that I did this week, um, things I might recommend, and also anything new that I'm getting ready to do. I share that with you. So if you if you are subscribed to the email, then you already know what's coming. If not, go subscribe now because I will be sharing more about this as we are going into the new year. So, as I am finishing getting this whole house completely redone. Now, when I say redone, I mean like my youngest son now has his own bedroom and it's a bigger room. It was actually a secondary, like a second living room. So I said to him, "Okay, you can keep this room for yourself. However, I'm going to have to move a couch that was in this sunroom in there, and we're going to set up half of it to be more of like a living space. So you're going to still have to share with your brothers or when friends come over. So it's actually kind of cool. So it's like half of the room is his bedroom, and then like the other half they have like a couch and a little coffee table and a place that they could play games. There's like a little basketball hoop in there. And then my oldest son finally got his own bedroom. And my middle son, Quentin, we kind of upgraded him. I had another desk like this one. So I gave him this desk so that he could put his PC on it, and he got a 3D printer for Christmas. So he's super happy. Everyone's happy. And now Mama is just trying to clean up the rest of the house and get ready for this party tonight. So the new year is here. The new year is here, my friend. And we've talked about like not having New Year's resolutions and maybe casting some sort of like a phrase or having a word for the year. And I shared with you on the last episode that CEO energy is really what I'm going for this year and being more decisive and more quick with my decision making and not making it so personal. Um, but I also love a good cleaning to reset for the new year. So if you're going into this new year and you're feeling a little bit of chaos right now or overwhelm or you're feeling tired, the best thing that I know to do is to clean your home. And sometimes it feels debilitating. Like I was sitting in this room, it was super dark. I kind of feel like it's a fishbowl, so I have to figure out what I'm going to do with maybe some light curtains or something because when it's dark out, you can definitely see in here with the lights on, but sent a picture to my sister because she was like, I kinda get, like, debilitated when I start to clean, I just, like, sit and I'm, like, paralyzed, and it was so me. I was sitting in this chair, and I was just kinda looking around, I was so tired, and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, what have I done? The house is a disaster," and it actually reminded me of how I used to live. Everything was surrounding my bed, actually still is, of just piles of things because I had to move things out of my office into my bedroom so then that way that we could start moving around. And this stuff is still there because, of course, there are things that you're like, I don't know if I need that anymore. Where am I going to put this? And I just feel like I'm living in piles. So here's what I want you to do if you are feeling overwhelmed, you're feeling a little bit of chaos, your house is a train wreck from the holidays. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to pick one room in your house, one room. And I recommend doing something like, your living space or your kitchen, like wherever you spend the most time and your family spends the most time, pick that space and set a timer for like no more than 30 minutes tops, okay? Set a timer and I like to set a timer because it keeps me from like dilly-dallying around. Okay? I don't I sometimes I get paralyzed by the thought and the overwhelm of everything that I'm seeing and where am I going to put it all? So set a timer, put on some music, and dedicate that time to that space because once you get through that, you're going to feel so much better. Now, if you are like me or my son, and maybe you have ADHD or you get that overwhelm, here's the best way that I know how to get started in that space. You literally are going to pick something up. So let's just say it's thrown on your table, it's on a counter, it's on a couch, whatever room you decide. You're going to pick up the item that's not in its place. And you have to say, am I keeping this or am I getting rid of it? That's the first question to ask. And if you're going to keep it, you just need to make a pile for keep. Like, this is what I'm keeping. And if you're going to get rid of it, you need to have a pile, like a spot that you could put for whether if you're donating it or it just needs to be thrown away. That's the first step. You need to decide if you're keeping it or not. Then, once you get through all of that, anything that's out of place in that room and you've made your decisions and you have your two piles, you need to immediately take everything that you're keeping. And if you can't put it into a space like, okay, this goes into this cupboard, or this blanket that I'm keeping just needs folded and put into a basket. If that decision can't be made quickly, then find a tote, a box, or something where you could put all of that into and set it off to the side. Now, what you want to do with the other pile that you want to get rid of, well, let's just say it's for you can donate it. Well, immediately put that into a box, a trash bag or something, get it out to your garage. Actually, I like to just put it directly into my car. So then that way when I go out the next time I can drop it off at Goodwill. That's what you need to do immediately. Those are the first two things. Okay, two separate piles, one for keep, one that you want to get rid of. Then from there, after those two piles are gone, removed from that space, okay, the next thing you want to do is start to clean. So maybe you still have papers left over, but I'm talking like when you make those piles, that includes like papers that your kids had brought home from school, everything. You need to decide if you're keeping it or if you're getting rid of it. But then start cleaning that space down. Wipe everything down. It really amazes me, like when I wipe the cupboards down, how shiny they look, even though that they need painted really bad. Sweeping the floor, that's the next thing. So you need to, after you get rid of your two piles, wipe everything down, sweep the floor. If you have a candle, if you like to burn candles, sometimes I'll do that, or I like to burn sage. I know some people are sensitive to that, but for me, that's what I like to do to help kind of clear the room and make it smell fresh. You will feel so much better. But yes, you have to force yourself to do it. It's not easy to just get started. I know you're tired. I am so tired. I've stayed up late the last week since I've kind of been off from work. My team and I take the 2 weeks around Christmas to rest with our family. I still do some work. I'm just not working full days, but I'm tired. I've stayed up late. I've watched TV shows that I don't really ever get to watch, and I've hung out with my kiddos. And oh my gosh, this morning we had to wake up for a dentist appointment for all of us to have our cleaning. And my kids were like, "Mom, why did you make this appointment for 8 in the morning?" Because that meant we had to leave at 7:30, which means everyone needs up at like 6:30 to get ready. And like, I don't know. I'm just used to getting up early, and it's hard to get an appointment for all of us to go at the same time. But this morning it was rough. I was like, "Okay, boys, listen, if we can just get up and you don't give me attitude and grief about this, we'll go to Dunkin' Donuts afterwards, but please just get up, no fighting, no arguing about it, and like let's just do what we need to do." Um, so yeah, I know if you're feeling tired, but just push through it. You can do it. Set the timer 30 minutes and clean that space. And try to do that once a day or every other day until you can kind of get through your house. And if you have children, you and I we've talked about this quite a few times now. Let them help you. It's okay to do that. And you're gonna get pushback, and that's okay. That's normal. It's natural. But we need to also let them know, like, hey, you live here too. You're part of the team, and I need your help. And it was funny this morning after our dentist appointment. We went to Dunkin'. I went to the grocery store, and we got back, and I said to my youngest, I'm like, hey, I want you to put the groceries away. And he said, seriously, mom, I don't know how to do that. And I said, what do you mean you don't know how to do that? He's like, I don't know how to put the groceries away. I said, Here's all you got to do. You just start sorting what goes in the refrigerator, make a pile. What goes in the freezer, make a pile. Anything else that's in a box, make another pile. And then you put all of your refrigerator items in at once, put all of your freezer items in at once, and then the rest just leave on the counter and I can put it into the cupboards. And of course, when I open up the refrigerator, it's not perfect. There's things all over the place, but that's okay. That's okay because he got to learn something new. But also, you know what he said to me after that? Mom, this actually felt really good. And I'm like, yes, it felt good because you accomplished something. And that's what you and I need to be doing every single day is accomplishing something for us and not just doing it for other people. So find the space, tidy it up. Let me know what space you choose by sending me a DM or take a picture of the space before, like do a before and after, because I would love to hear like what space you chose first. But yeah, that's what I thought we would talk about today on this short midweek episode. Just a reminder, there's quite a few new people here, and I can't thank you enough. The midweek moments come out every Wednesday, and they are meant to just be a moment in my day that I pause and say hello and check in and talk about things that are happening and maybe some things that could help you. It's just a moment for you to kind of reflect on how the week is going and maybe where you need to course correct to finish out the week strong. And then every Sunday, I have more of a full episode that comes out, typically around 20 to 30 minutes, where we do a deeper dive on a topic. And in the new year, we're going to have a lot more conversations around goal setting and starting a business, being more of a career woman, especially in motherhood and what that looks like. A lot of you have been interested in the fear of flying and ADHD. And so I've really been paying attention to where the numbers are in the episode. So more to come on all of that as well. You can always send me a message and say, hey, I'd love to hear more about this topic. And I can see what I can do. So in the meantime, head over to ashleymarina.com, get subscribed to my weekly newsletter that comes out every Sunday. But until I see you next time, my friend, keep your light burning from ash to dusk.